Hey boys and girls, this is MassX with a brand new Overlord, yes, Overlord, Lord of Nazarick video. It just dropped to be able to play in the last few hours. There's been some hiccups, but the good news is they got a fixed patch out. So you should not be having any more issues in the game. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, it has been out for a while in other jurisdictions, okay? And it's a turn-based RPG, and it's, as you could expect, based on the Overlord series. Tons of cutscenes, tons of story. So this is really geared to fans of Overlord. So let's take a look. I've been playing off and on for a few hours of the game, and just let's go ahead and do a bit of an overview as well as talk about some of the more potent characters that you should be looking out to pull for. Now, one of the things I want to start off with real quickly is there is a Newcomer summons. It's going to allow you to roll 30 times to be able to pick the character you want. Now, what you're going to see is a repetitive amount of characters in there. The character that you are going to most likely want to get from all my research from the prior version of the game is going to be this bad boy here, Cocytus. This is the one that is probably the best option that you can get out of these polls. It's basically, you're going to see a lot of redundancy in here of the same 5 characters, and that is the one that has come up all over the place as the one you want to pull from this particular banner. Nice that it's free, nice that you're getting the guaranteed SSR, so this is the one you're going to want to lean on. And when you get an SSR in this game, it comes in at 3 full stars. So yes, this game does use dupes, just so you're aware. This character does have bleed. What I'm finding very quickly in this game is bleed and burn work very effectively in this game. But of course, we're early on. We want to make sure there's no adjustments since the prior release. But so far, that's what it appears to be. So keep that in mind. That is definitely a character you're going to want to pick because it's going to be your free SSR. Now, in the other banner summon right now, the limited banner, we have a combination of 2 characters, but the one that is hands down the primo character that is without a doubt, honestly, from everything I've seen in playing with this character so far, is Evil Eye. The reason why is this character can literally be slotted into any team dynamic. Makes it very flexible, especially early game, and a big help to your team builds. Now, Shaltir is available. You can get a single copy of Shaltir just by spending 99 cents. Not the best SSR, but a very good one. So if you are going to spend in this game, it is probably the only thing that really has significant value, especially early game. Now, looking at the game itself, it is pretty straightforward. It's turn-based, like I said earlier. You have up to ×3. You have an auto setting, which of course I'm going to be using for purposes of recording at this time. But really a clean game. Looks very good. Looks better than I remember looking at it a year plus ago when it first came out. But basically there's multiple chapters. They're going to follow you along the storyline. And you're just going to be pushing your content right now. That is the best thing you can do in the game at the moment. We're going to go ahead and go to the next stage. But right now I'm just using my strongest characters. I don't have a specific team build in place. At this point I'm not focusing strictly on bleed or burn or anything else. I've just worked on leveling up my character so I can push through content at this time. And of course, once we get to a certain point in the game, we are definitely going to want to be looking at more particular team builds as the game gets harder to be able to get through some of the other items that they have in this game, which does include quite a bit of boss battles that can be very difficult. So yeah, there's a good challenge in this game, quite honestly. And so far I've enjoyed it, and like I said, if you're a fan of this particular IP, there's no doubt you're going to enjoy it. On top of everything else, there's tons and tons of login benefits right now. As you can see here, you've got 1,000 draw. You're going to get 30 a day for a particular summon that they have. It's called Start of World Domination, and you're going to be able to get 30 of those a day. You've got all sorts of events going on, from fundraising, training plan, etc. There's just a ton. Of course, you've got all your different types of ways to spend money. What else would you expect when it comes to Crunchyroll? One of the things that kind of bummed me out when I found out about this game, that they were going to have this. So fingers crossed they don't mess it up. But again, buyer beware, it is Crunchyroll. But this is the current rate up banner. As you can see, you've got Demi-Urge and Evil Eye. So I'm going with Evil Eye. I'm going to try to at least get one more dupe of Evil Eye, but I still would like to at least get a copy of Demi-Urge. Demi-Urge, just for your knowledge, does do burn. So of course this character would be really good on burn-based teams. So, you know, people are probably going to go after both, because if you're a fan, you're going to probably want to collect them all. The question is where you're going to go down the road and who you want to be using. There is a rune system in this game for powering up the different types of characters there are: Knight, Warrior, Mag, Ranger, Priest. So yeah, there's a lot actually going on in this game, but you would expect that given that it has been out for a year plus already. So they've already, you know, decided what they want and have been expanding this game for the last year. Breaking down what you have available to you for the individual characters, okay? Of course, you're going to have your general overview for the character. You can level up from the first part of the page. There's an arrow towards the top. That's how you level up. Of course, if you want to star up, that is how you're going to be able to increase your overall stats for your characters, your different skill set. You have an upgrade area where you're going to have to push through and get those items. You do have an accessory area, again, where you're just going to be leveling it up from getting materials as you work through the game itself. The relic area for more stats, and that's really about it. That's the basic of what you can control over your character. Of course, there is an outfit section for characters. There's a charm level. These are a little bit more ancillary to what you'll be looking at when you begin to really go ahead and work on your character. Now, they do have a nice little area where they do go over strategy, optimal lineups of characters that work well with them. As you can see, armor break, that's the optimal, you know, treasury to chaos devil tree, the optimal, etc. So that's a nice little touch. So if you like go to another character, you can see under strategy, okay, a burst system, who you'd want to be using, you know, on expedition, treasury, as well as arena. And as you push through and do your tasks, there is a training plan, as well as an assortment of other things, like I stated before, day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. So you're just going to want to follow that to be able to get all the things that you really need to go forward on this game. And on this screen, you can see you've got your main quest, you have side quests, you've got story, and you've got Adventurers Guild. You need to complete Chapter 7 to unlock that, as well as Path of Conquest, and that also will walk you through what you need to go through. It's really straightforward, so that's the good news about this game. Just follow it, leads you through. But that's really the quick overview of this game. There's a lot going on in it. I'm going to keep pushing through. Once I get to a spot where I think is a good place to do a follow-up video, once most if not everything is opened up, I think it will be a very good time to go ahead and do a follow-up video a little bit more in depth. But for those just wanting to take a shot at this, see what it has to offer you, again, they're not reinventing the wheel with this game. What I can say though is if you're a fan of this IP, you're probably really going to enjoy it because of how it looks, the amount of cutscenes, the story involved, and a lot of the areas in the game that you would probably really get a kick out of it. I think it has a lot to offer to fans of the IP. I know I've been enjoying it so far, and I really do appreciate that it's cleaned up. In the settings section, you can take it to 60 FPS, so it looks really nice, which is a nice bonus, but it's something that you expect these days in most games. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in the game, who you're looking forward to. I really do see this as a game that can be a really good side game, if not main game for a lot of people, if they are fans of this IP. I don't see a lot of people that aren't wanting to just go hardcore on this game, but I could be wrong. You know, I'm gonna see how interested I am in it the more I play it. But for right now, that's about it for this video. So let me know if you're gonna be playing it. Let me know your thoughts. So far, I have to say, I'm enjoying myself. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.